Please watch to the end on this video. We are going to do a shout out for 3 inspiring channels that have some great fairy garden inspirations. Please go and watch it. Well, you get yourselves ready, guys. It's turning into June soon. And starting June 1st, 2022, it's going to be Fairy Garden Month. You know that. And I am going to be putting up 30 fairy gardens in June, so be ready. And if you want to join in and put up anything to do with what I'm doing, feel free to do it. Even if I say there's a challenge or not, go ahead, share your fairy gardens with me. Leave me a comment, and don't worry, I'll make sure I mention that you put it up. Well, we love shout outs and we love to support other creators. I'm doing a shout out at the end of this video. Please stay tuned for it. It's a shout out for inspiration for people that want to do fairy gardens. These are creators that do some fairy gardens in their channels, but they do beautiful work putting them together. So I want you to go check them out, please. This challenge is going to be hashtag Fairy Garden Challenge. June 1st, 2022. Please don't forget the hashtag, for hopefully we'll all be together at the same time. And I can't wait to see what you all do. Now, even though I've been doing fairy gardens for 8 years, I don't do anything fancy or elaborate. So, don't worry about if you only want to do a small, modest fairy garden. Still join in. We want to see what you do. I'm going to do some very modest fairy gardens. I'm going to do some fairy gardens in the house. I'm going to do them in the garden. I'm going to put them in the cozy corner. I'm going to put them on the kitchen table and make a giant display. Do you know, Grandma's going to put fairies everywhere. So feel free to make your fairy garden any place you want. It can be big, it can be small. Now, do have to say one thing. Last year, I had some people enter some fairy garden villages. We are going to do a fairy garden village on June 30th, 2022. So if you have a fairy village, save it for that challenge. Because I want to see what you do, and I'm sure it's going to be fabulous. And what I'm going to do is do a bunch of fairy gardens, revamp the ones I already have, clean them up, and eventually I will have a fairy village at the end of June. So, June 1st, fairy garden. June 30th, fairy garden village. So any of you fairy garden lovers that have more than one house, if you have 2 or 3, it's a village. We're counting it as a village. So save it for the end of the month. Or just show us the one house for the first of the month, and then at the end, show the village. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you each step of the way that I do. Put my fairy gardens together, and I have a lot of them that are close together, and then I'll just do a village with it. Well, let's see who my co-hosts are this one. Can you believe it? I actually had some co-hosts that wanted to join in. And I am excited to see what you all do. And after that, I'm doing a shout out for some channels that are full of inspiration. Please go and watch those channels and go over to their channels and see why I think they're inspirational. Now, they are mostly garden channels, but they do fairy gardens, and that's one reason why I watch them, for the fairy gardens. So, let's get over there and watch those wonderful creative people that are joining in, my co-hostesses, and those awesome creative channels. Watch the whole video, please. So I got a hold of a few of my good friends, and they're joining in today to do a challenge on June 1st. And here's one of my co-hostess, Gigi's Creations. She does a wonderful job on everything she does. Great DIY projects, collectibles, beautiful tea setups, Tea Tuesday. You never know what you're going to see on her channel. She's always doing something fun and interesting. Here's another one of my awesome friends, Buckeye Girl. Wreaths and Things. She does such a beautiful job on her channel too. And this is another one of my co-hosts for the Fairy Challenge. Come on guys, let's get in here and get those fairy gardens put together. We want to make this to be a really big challenge this year. Hope you guys all join in. And don't forget, Buckeye Girl Wreaths and Things. She is an awesome channel and she does all kinds of beautiful things on her channel. This channel is perfect for inspiration to get you ready for a fairy garden challenge. Her channel is full of whimsy, beauty, and of course, fairies. Everything she does is put together with such loving care for the fairies and to make a beautiful place for them to be. A beautiful garden, beautiful outings into beautiful countryside where she lives. It's a magical place that you could easily get lost in. And, of course, her beautiful fairies gives you great ideas for teas and putting the whimsy in them. And you know that's something Grandma really loves. I'm going to try to watch a lot more of her videos. She does great cooking videos, and as you can see, she does a great job plating it up on the plate, beautifully put together by her. She is so creative. Really enjoy it. Now, I love this channel because it's all about nature. Well, this is a channel that is just beautifully done, and it's all about enchantment and nature. That's what I love about it. I love looking at the woods and all the beautiful fairies all about. It's a beautifully done channel. Please go check it out. Here's another inspirational channel if you're into gardening and you like whimsical displays. There's lots to see on this channel and lots of inspiration. Please go check it out. And they do, of course, have fairy gardens. I'm not going to show you much of this. I just wanted to give you a little sneak peek. If you want to go see the magic of a fairy garden, this video was put up back in June 25, 2020, so it's been up quite a while. But it's got 43,000 views now, and I wonder why. Do you think because it's fabulous? Maybe so. Go and check it out. It's worth the time. You will be amazed at how this fairy garden was put together. Now here's another big channel. This one is Garden Answers. I've been watching this channel probably about 5 or 6 years, maybe longer. And the reason why I watch her channel, not because she follows me, not because she shows any interest in my channel. I watch her channel because it's inspirational, full of wonderful garden design. And she does do big gardens, but she also does a shaded fairy garden on this DIY with living moss roof. Doesn't that sound beautiful? I'm not going to show you much of this because you need to go over and check this out. This one has 153,000 views. It was put up in August 31, 2020, so it's been up a couple years. But I can promise you all her fairy gardens are fabulous. And all of her garden tips are wonderful. I don't know how she has the strength to raise 2 small children, plus do all this gardening and all these videos. She is fabulous. Go check her out. None of these channels I mentioned today in this video are small. None of these creative channels are probably going to ever leave you a comment or watch a video that you've done. But if you want to be inspired, these are the people that will inspire you. So go check out all 3 of these. If you've never watched Garden Answers, go watch her. There's a reason why she's got over 1 million followers. Why? Because she's fabulous. And she puts up lots of great content.